How embarrassing would it be, if you got your pants pulled down and you have your small little comp wiener?
Comp dick is a thing. I can confirm. Do you think Kamoy has comp dick? I would say he's still doing fine just off the films I've seen in my life.
Welcome back to the pod, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Kenny. I'm here with Matt. We've got our guest today, Travis Thomas.
Mantis.
The Mantis.
Now, we know Kamoy's the rated R grappler, but my man Travis here went full Connor, red panty night last night and just said, hey, everybody, this is what I got. And you lost your pants last night. And you said that was your biggest fear coming in.
Yeah, I had mentioned the day before we started the competition, I was just like, hey, how embarrassing would it be, if you got your pants pulled down and you have your small little comp wiener and everybody just gets to see this on live television.
Comp dick is a thing. I can confirm.
Yeah, I mean, it's just natural for the body to want to suck everything up.
Right.
Getting ready for war, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Kamoy has comp dick? I would say he's still doing fine just off the films I've seen in my life.
Okay. Yeah.
So you've been training for 3 years.
Yeah.
We find out this guy plays football. He was a cheerleader. This guy just checking a lot of boxes that I didn't have on my bingo card today. What others on your other activities outside the gym, what has prepared you the most to help you transition into being such a good jiu-jitsu so fast?
Man, I don't know about activities. I play a lot of video games, and I like obviously like competitive shooter games, but I'm like super into strategy games. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Hearthstone.
I've heard of it. I like the Elder Scrolls type stuff. Like I get into the RPG type stuff also. Kenny does the shooter stuff. I just don't have it anymore. I used to be pretty good at them, and now I'm getting murked by little kids. And I'm like, dude, at 17, you would have not got that off on me.
Yeah. Or you think like, dude, I could totally beat your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then fuck your mom.
Yeah, there you go, dude. That's a big move right there. But yeah, I like strategy games. I think something that helps me out the most is my brain. I am like a huge thinker just in life. So like anything that I'm told or I think of, it's just like tons and tons and tons of thoughts. Almost to the point sometimes I drive myself crazy. And it seems like doing jiu-jitsu, it's just I'm able to like calm down and like my mind is running just as fast as the match, so it almost feels like we're going slower. And I think I just pick up to things. Like yesterday, Chris Wojcik put me in a triangle and I hit that triangle defense. Well, that was literally something that we had learned the day. Like that day, they talked about that same triangle defense. So I just like learned, I remember these things, and I'm just able to, I just move very well.
Right. This is as born athlete.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. I also like to say, like, I do work hard, though. I'm super, super hard worker. If you ever come to the gym at any time that they're offering a class, you're most definitely going to see me. I'm always training. I don't work. This is what I do. So, like, athlete, yes, but hard worker, too.
Yeah, sometimes you got to go out on a limb. That's where the fruit's at. If you're young and you can sell out for the sport, that's how you're going to be good.
Yeah. I think it's obviously hard not having money and shit, but, like, it's the grind, man. People talk about, like, the grind and how, they were broke at one point. And I think that, man, just if you really want to be successful, unless you have somebody with tons and tons of money in your corner, it's just,
right.
It's going to be something that you have to struggle for. And honestly, I think it makes it more worth it.
One of the things that we talk about frequently in the jiu-jitsu scene is we feel like a lot of athletes in the jiu-jitsu space lack personality. And so it's hard for them to get those sponsorship dollars that making your career a possibility because they just don't know how to market themselves or like sell themselves on social media or be big in front of the camera. And we saw a little bit of that from you last night. So it's night when you see those personalities, you're just like, let's grab onto that. Let's see if we can, make some magic on camera and whatnot. So that's why we asked you to come here today. We're like, that's a magic moment. Like that's clip worthy all day. And, so let's see. And then we posted something about it on social media. You responded like in a funny manner. We're just like, he doesn't take himself too seriously. He's not, some people, they get real offensive. Like, oh, they think we're making fun of him. We're like, no, we're just trying to put more spotlight on you, So we're just like, as soon as you respond, we're just like, yeah, that's the guy we got to talk to.
Yeah, like luckily I was a born athlete, and then I also just happened to be cool as fuck. So I mean,
You know,
dude,
because you have Southern California roots.
Yeah.
So like it's making all the sense in the world, you know?
I mean, I would have to agree that most people from Southern California are some of my favorite personalities. That's like
Mhm.
where all my family lives, and my Uncle Jimmy, he's like one of my favorite people, and he's like Southern California to the T.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
So what you told me before we started recording here was, which was crazy to me, was like, I didn't think of that. You're bunked with an alternate,
Hmm.
and your alternate is helping you with film study, which I think is like, people think, I think when they're watching PGF, like the alternates, they don't do shit until it's
Called
their
on,
time to call
yeah.
on, but they're actually playing a key factor in a role as part of the team.
Yeah, I think
Shout out the alternate. What's his name?
Aaron Sheffield, my boy. Not only is he just an alternate and my roommate for the week, but he's also a super good training partner of mine. So he trains at the same school, which is like how I got into the same room. I was rooming with Chris Wojcik. He was supposed to come, and I was like, "Yo, Andrew, hook me up in the same room." Boom. Yeah, no, but all our alternates on our team have, I mean, been phenomenal. All the guys are like giving insight if they know the guys from the other teams. I'm just gonna call him out. Christos is from New Wave, and he's been spilling the beans on his dude. So like telling us how to deal with Davis and Abraham and Sebastian, and like shit. I think that's fucking awesome. I think if we win the 100,000, like they definitely deserve a little bit from us because like they're in here when we do our team trainings. They're the guys that are like sitting in the middle practicing the move or the defense, whatever, on all of us. They show up to all the events, and like I said, they're coaching our guys.
They're part of the team.
No, they're for real. Like they're playing a huge role, especially Aaron. Like you were saying, I don't like knowing who my matches are. I would rather not build somebody up in my head. I think I could fuck all these dudes up if I really just go out there and play a game. So like knowing who they are and like, oh, this guy's super good at this. I don't want to know that. Aaron tells me like, hey, these are the things to look out for you in your next match, and I just go out there and try to win.
Nice.
Yeah.
So your strategy is, I'm gonna be Travis Thomas.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thanks for the awareness of what this guy got and what he likes to do. It's here, but I'm not gonna change what I do to, you know, if I'm going out my way.
Yeah.
Well, that's that winning jiu-jitsu mindset too. They always say, you want to impose your game on the other person, not the other way around. So if you're so focused on like what their game is, then you're not really focusing on what you're going to do to them.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I think I've heard before a coach talk about like he doesn't let his athletes watch too much film. Because most people, instead of watching people and looking for the holes in their game, they just see the things that they're good at, and then they build this guy up to be some kind of Goliath. And I think that can make you struggle in a fight, just so worried about something when like you can't really worry about the future. You just got to live in the present. Like, dude, this shit hasn't happened. Why are we worried about it? You know,
Right.
like I haven't been leg locked by this guy yet. Why am I sitting here scared of it? Why don't I just play my game, impose my will, and yeah, fuck these dudes up.
Right.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed a little bit was I see the teams helping each other. They're helping their own team. Then when like say they have a friend that's on another team and they're not playing that team right now and they're out there rolling, I'll hear them yelling, helping their boys from the gym.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, I don't know, like, is that a good thing? Or like, because we kind of want, we want people to. It's like that's still an opposite. He's not on your team. I know he's your boy.
Yeah.
And you were in his wedding and like you dated his sister for a minute, but like you can't be like, you know what I mean? He's still competition. Have you noticed that at all?
Yeah, I know. I can hear Elijah like coaching Ryan a bunch. I don't know. I think that's good. I think, man, like you were saying earlier, we're all out here. We see everybody's game. We know what everybody's doing. So maybe it is good. Like I have Aaron, so and that helps me out a lot. And like he is like the third alternate to our team. So Brandon brought down Aaron as like, hey, you want to be an extra alternate because people are gonna fall out. And instead of having to like call somebody off the streets, I know that you're good. I'll just bring you.
Gotcha.
So he's like next in line for whatever team, right? But he's like dedicated to our team right now. But if he went out there, I would for sure try to coach him up, even if it was against another team. If you're going to win the 20,000, you're going to win the 20,000. It's going to be the best players, maybe not skill wise because PGF has its own skill set and rule set.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's going to be the best players that on a team, best team that's going to win the money.
Do you think as maybe this event grows, each team will have their own alternates, and they're automatically going to get broke off a little bit, whether they compete or not. And they could be used as like subs or whatnot. And then like, so you're like, yeah, this is my boy. He's on our team the whole time. He might not get in, but he's our sixth man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because in other sports, the sixth man award is there,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's like, this is our guy. He's going to get broke off a little. He's not going to make what we mean. He's not making, but he's making the vet minimum.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you see that in the NFL. You have guys who are like contracted out for tons of millions of dollars, and then you got your practice squads guys that are like making hundreds of thousands of dollars. So yeah, they're for sure not making the same amount of money,
Right.
but they're a huge impact to the team.
Yeah. Even though we feel like PGF is like, it's it now. 5 years from now.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's going to be crazy.
Well, he was in season 5, so you would know just the differences in the rule sets that have changed in the last 2 seasons. And obviously the, season 5 was Indicator. Was it at the gym?
Yeah. So the prior seasons they had done it at the gym, and then the finale was usually at a local church. This season was like the best season that they had done, which what they're trying to do, right? Every season they want to make it better. So season 5 was the best season of its kind, and so we did all the matches at the church. And then to like see it come to here, it's totally different. So yeah, 5 years from now, I mean, it's gonna be insane.
Right.
As long as they keep producing the same product and making it a little better each year. So like we didn't have the stalling calls in season 5.
Right.
So it was just a 6-minute match. If you drew, it was a loss. If you won, then it was a win. But there was no like pushing the pace, which was a big concern, I feel like, of people. Like, hey, these matches, like, if you don't understand what's going on in jiu-jitsu, or sometimes even if you do, a lot of these matches get boring.
Right.
Especially double butt pull.
Yeah, like you have two dudes just trying to pull on each other's toes. And it's like, I mean, bro, get up.
Right.
Wrestle somebody. Put somebody in the couch. One of my biggest goals for this tournament was to put 3 people in a couch. I've only got 1. And it wasn't even really a couch. It was more like the floor. But whatever.
Yeah.
Well, there's still a couple days left. You got time.
You got time. Like, look at, we're going overall skill wise. We'd say Cam Hurd, fantastic wrestler, but maybe his submission finishing rate isn't as high as some of the other guys.
Yeah.
But, and then you got Crump. They're probably the 2 arguably most exciting guys out here.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
they fucking scrap.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And like, hey, I don't know. This is not going to be easy. This guy's going to, they're blitzing. So like, and they're probably the funnest guy. Like you have MMA. Look at Donald Cerrone, never made world champ.
Yeah.
But he fucking made his name on being a gangster.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And like, just because you're not going to maybe win the whole thing, which they still can. I'm not saying they don't have the skills to. They can. Doesn't mean that your actions out here can't make you somebody.
Yeah. Another goal that I had for the PGF was obviously everybody's coming to win the money. Like that's what we showed up for. But I wanted to be like the best for the PGF. The most exciting grappler. Every time I got on the mic, I was able to say the things that they wanted me to say and also give my personality. So like you said, yeah, you can make this opportunity, even if you're not the best guy, you can make this opportunity huge for yourself.
For sure.
I mean, like you said, Caleb Crump, when he got done with his match against Kyle, like he walked back and everybody started applauding the dude. Like, oh, dude, that was fucking insane. Everybody was invested in the TV watching that match.
Right.
And then Cam Hurd the same. Yeah, he hasn't like really got any submissions, but every time that he comes onto the mat, you're like, oh, this is about to be a fucking banger.
Yeah.
I really wanted a match with Cam this season just because I knew we would both go head to head and just try to fuck each other up.
You're thinking like Stefan Bonner, Forrest Griffin.
Right.
They made the freaking thing. Stefan Bonner never won shit. R.I.P. But he never won anything. But he fucking battled out there, and that's what people like.
Yeah, people it's for people's entertainment, and they really just want to see people get fucked up.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, CGI had that moment with oh my God, I'm blanking right now. CJI. Yeah, when you say it fast, you fuck it up.
I fuck it up every time.
Yeah, me too.
English is my first and only language, and I suck at it.
Yeah. There were some battles at CJI.
Andrew
Tackett
Tackett
versus
and
Nikki
versus-
Ryan.
No, versus Rotolo.
Rotolo.
Oh, I thought you were saying when he wet
Ty.
willied the dude.
Oh, yeah.
No, but I mean, just like oh fuck moments where
People are like, that's
everybody's
the
locked
greatest
in.
jiu-jitsu match I've ever seen.
Right. And I think that PGF still has that opening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you could be that match, like it elevates the PGF, it elevates you as a personality. Those clips were going viral. You know, people that aren't into the sport were watching it because it was just such a spectacle. They're like, oh my God, you know, it's, you know, whether you understand the complexities of jiu-jitsu, you understand, most people understand like athleticism, good grappling, like being dominant and good exchanges, wild scrambles. Like if you can nail all those things, you start to grab onto an audience that's outside of people who train.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where the money's going to come in. That's where the sponsorship dollars are going to come in.
Yeah, everybody knows what somebody getting ran through a couch means. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Yeah. A lot, yeah. Yeah.
That holds multiple meanings.
Holds multiple meanings in multiple different areas.
yeah.
You know, as long
Sport jiu-jitsu, sport fucking.
Yeah, it's all there.
You
You know,
get
we're
run through a
always
couch.
trying to get people on a couch.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, honestly, it's good everywhere. But I think that like if people, like obviously nobody wants to lose, right? And it makes you feel some type of way when you're an athlete and you go out there and you get submitted. But if people could understand that the PGF, obviously you gotta win to win the like you gotta win your matches to win the money. But if they could understand that this isn't necessarily about winning and losing. This is about going out there and being exciting. When they do the qualifiers, it's not always the guy who's the best jiu-jitsu player. So you can have a match and somebody could have more attacks than you, but Brandon's going to pick the most exciting guy. He wants somebody who's going to come out here and put a show on for TV. Like this isn't ADCC. We're not looking for the best grappler in the world necessarily.
We're trying to sell.
Yeah, we're looking for a TV product.
Yeah.
We're looking for a contender series type or like, you know, something along the lines of that. Maybe a big brother with jiu-jitsu. Pants coming down. We're in the back talking about butt stuff with Elijah.
WWE.
Why does that not surprise me?
He likes to invert. He's an inverting guy.
Yeah. In
But
both
like,
ways.
It's like kind of like WWE style. Like you're trying to build characters, you're trying to build brands, you're trying to build guys. You know what I mean? And everybody will get their run.
Yeah, we're making a product over a week so that you can start to see people develop and fall in love with a character. And then eventually like, oh, this is the 205ers. This is like, you know, in the UFC, you have your bracket. You have the 185 guys that are on the roster.
Right.
And you know that they're going to fight. And you get to follow their career for, obviously it's different because they don't do seasons, but you get to follow their career for, oh, they're on a 3-fight contract.
Right.
Is this guy going to last through his 3 fights or is he going to get kicked out? So the PGF is trying to like make the seasons of these weights where you fall in love with a guy and then you get to see him build up or you get to see him demise.
I think eventually the multi-year contract with each team will be definitely help people fall in love with more of just the team aspect of this. Like you're like, oh, I fight for New Hope for 2 years.
Yeah.
And 3 months before, I have to go to my coach who's also on payroll for that many years, and I get to train at his gym. So now I'll say you're with Dean. I go to Dean's gym. I go to Cali.
Yeah.
And I get boarded up there for 2 months, and I just work with my team out with my teammate for 2 months before our PGS season. And you're on a multi-year deal, and then people be like, "I like that guy, and I like that. I like New Hope. I want to buy his kit.
Yeah, I want to
because that's the team I fuck with. It's not a new draft every year. It's like, and so then you guys build like a team. You know what I mean? I think multi-year deals eventually down the line will be huge for people to actually like the team more than just the player.
Yeah,
It opens up trades. It opens up the free agency, things like that. So to where you're not the dollars that you're being bid on become real at that point.
Yeah, and I think that's like obviously the draft is super, super cool. I enjoy like the money getting bid on. But so in PGF season 5, the money that was bid on you got to keep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So like this year they changed it towards like PGF
Points.
Yeah. And it's cool, but it's not as, it doesn't matter to spend most of your money. Like, yeah, you're not going to get as good of a team, but when real money is involved, it seems more serious. And then the coaches are like, they want to do a better job of making a better team because somebody's put this money up, right? This is just 40,000 points. What does that matter? You know, like, if we don't get a good team, we don't get a good team. Of course, everybody wants to win. We already know that. But if you make it, like this is $10,000. This is from this sponsor. Like you really need to make sure you make a good team.
Like, this is my squad.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I love that idea. Like 3 months before you're coming and training with your team again. And then you got people like, oh shit, I want the New Hope jersey. I want the Thomas with the whatever it is.
I want Mantis merch.
Yeah.
New, whatever. I feel like that would be sick. And then you'd actually like the team more. And like, I like the bidding. Like, you keep your bid money. I think that's a great idea. I don't think anybody should be drafted more than once. Like, you were drafted by, well, I can't think of the team. What's the name of your team right now?
New Hope.
New Hope. So you're drafted by New Hope. That's your team. You'll never be drafted again.
Yeah.
But you can be a free agent.
Yeah. It's possible they don't want me on the team no more and they try to trade me.
They can trade you, or
Yeah.
Travis's contract's up. He's a free agent.
Yeah.
And like, then teams have to really like, hey, you have to really call you like, hey, would you like to be on, would you like to be on Intrana? We'll give you this.
Yeah.
And like, I think that'd be like real thing. Like, you can only be drafted once in your life. I think that is like real sports. That's the future. And then every draft is going to have new up and coming guys. Maybe your alternates, and now they're in the draft next year.
Yeah.
But like, and then we don't know where they're going to go. But like, if you've been drafted once, you're now there and a free agent. So like, cause like guys who are like huge names, like say Mikey Musumeci, if they're like, hey, we want to offer you $300K to be for, whatever Epic Roll or whatever team, that would be sick.
Right now the teams are paying you, not PGF. You know what I mean? So you're actually making contract money from your team.
Yeah, and then that like takes away from the PGF having to put money into the sponsors and stuff, and then they can start building up their platform.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's. You had a moment. Okay, pants are back on. Shout out PJ for, you can tell this guy's put on pants. He's good at putting pants on. We fancy our guys are good at taking pants off. But shout out PJ for that. After that, you took your shirt off. The other cat took his shirt off. You guys had a little flex down.
Yeah.
And it was a real primal moment there.
Yeah, I felt like I'm not a mean guy, or like I'm not really into controversy. I guess not controversy. What's it called when you argue with somebody?
You're not into. You're
Is
not
that controversy? No, that's.
You're not. You're not.
Anyways,
whatever,
we do
yeah.
jiu-jitsu. So I'm not into like bickering battles with dudes. And I felt like when he came out, he was trying to prove that he was the man. He had not done 5 matches prior or 4 matches
Right.
prior, and he was fresh and he wanted to make a statement. He's a Zenith black belt or something. So he's like hard collar tying and like trying to fuck me up a little bit. So whenever I choked him out, I had to let him know, I'm the big dog on campus. I don't fuck with that shit.
I love that shit, bro.
Yeah. I wish I could have put him in a couch, honestly. But
Not Jacob Couch.
no.
Shout out Jacob. Hey man, keep your eyes. Andrew's coming. Dude.
Yeah.
Look left, look right, look out, look back. Just stay safe, brother.
We're gonna put him in you, Jacob. But yeah, so I just had to let him know, and I don't mind taking my shirt off. Not only am I an athlete, I look like an athlete.
You do.
So.
I used to be an athlete, and I don't look like an athlete unless I can get the right angle.
Good lighting.
Yeah.
Good lighting.
That gym lighting.
Yeah.
That's super important, dude. Angles and lighting.
It is.
Yeah.
The DMs be open sometimes though. But anyways, I'm just joking. Honey, I'm joking. And those DMs are closed forever. Well, we want to thank you for coming on today. Shout out whoever you want to shout out. Pitch yourself, your socials, all that good stuff. Let's send your ass to the moon.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. Thank you guys for having me on. It's been super fun. I thought, damn, dude, 9 o'clock is going to be super early. And then I woke up at 8:15, wide awake.
We went to bed at 3 a.m. We went to the Fremont. What did we see on Fremont when we were there?
I saw 2 guys smoking fentanyl on the street.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
We saw a nun with her tits out.
Yes.
Okay.
We saw I had a guy try to sell me coke while I was walking down the street.
We had 2 bulldogs try to get at us.
Yeah.
Two Alabama threes, dude.
I heard that.
They were just like
That's bad.
They were looking at us, and it was crazy. Do you think some of your strength, because you show a lot of power out here, do you think your cheerleading experience in Alabama, because per capita the women are a little heavier in Alabama, Brandon, they are. Do you think that has helped you like develop good power out here?
Oh, it must be.
Explosive.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, we eat a lot of biscuits down in the South. So our women are a little fluffy, and there ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, there's not.
Not at all. So yeah, I think that it's possible cheerleading helped me out for sure.
For sure.
But yeah,
Shout
so
yourself out.
yeah, socials are @_the Mantis on pretty much all platforms. If you can't find that, it'd be Travis the Mantis Thomas. Me and my coach Matt Scaff have a Patreon, Scaff and the Mantis. And then shout out to New Hope Regeneration for sponsoring me solo and for helping out with the event. Epic Roll for all the clean gear. PGF for giving me a platform to put on a show. And then shout out to Level Gummies. It's a company out of Maine, and they do some cool psychedelics and some cool medicinal mushrooms. So shout out to them. And then I hate like missing sponsors, but everybody knows who sponsors me. Shout out to my parents and my sexy ass girlfriend.
Cool. If you're not on the train yet, get on it. This guy's new to the game, kinda. He's gonna blow up. So if you're looking to get him a merch deal, like we got a lot of companies, Level Black, all the Epic Roll. Someone needs to get this guy sponsored.
You gotta need to give me some better shorts so this shit don't be falling off.
Yeah, this guy needs better. There's your pitch.
Yeah.
This guy's on YouTube out here selling out, and it's cold out here. We need to get this guy some better kits, better gear. Travis Thomas, brother, appreciate it, brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys.
All right, guys. Think what I'm thinking, Kenny.
Aim for the bushes, brother.
Aim for the fucking bushes. Follow me @OastNationBJJ. Follow Kenny @Free Party BJJ. Follow us on the Discord, YouTube, all that good stuff. I'll post them on TikTok. Kenny won't post anything on TikTok, but that's okay. All these episodes will be posted the day of the recording on our YouTube only. And as usual, every Tuesday we have a podcast, 6 a.m. Pacific. But all these are special little quick pods that we're doing on our YouTube. So check it out there. Give Travis a follow and have a good day, guys. Os.